Hello, what's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is the end of my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And for the last day in this series, I decided to watch and review a movie that I honestly only heard from because of Chris Stuckman's review. I'm sure you guys know who that is. I'm talking about this movie called Haunt. Haunt is a 2019 film that was written and directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. Now, this is a movie that I didn't know anything about. I hadn't heard of until Stuckman's review. And it was that review that made me go, alright, well, I'm curious to check this film out. I'm always curious to check out horror movies that seem at least a little original or something different, something that I haven't seen as of late. I've mentioned before that I'm sick of the ghosts and possessions and demons and whatnot. I wanted something fresh. I wanted something new. This film, we follow a group of friends who on Halloween night decide to go out and go to a haunted house. Only this haunted house is not like any haunted house. There's some effed up stuff going on here. I'm talking about people dying for real. So, of course, the group has to try to figure out how the hell do they get out of this house? How do they survive? And who are these crazy people who are killing them? Now, what I thought of Haunt was I kind of enjoyed this movie, and I feel weird saying that. I feel a little disturbed and sick in the head to say that, but I thought this was creepy, genuinely creepy. I had a couple of moments where I jumped, and it got to me a little bit. The main characters, the actors, I'm not going to say that the movie does a big job of getting us to feel for them or connect to them or have everybody have their own backstories. No, not really. Some of them are archetypes and some of them are just your typical cannon fodder people who will get killed along the way. But I thought the actors themselves sold it well enough to where I bought that they were afraid. I bought that they were desperate to get out of this place. I bought that they just didn't want to die. And that made me feel for them. That made me care about them. That made me not want to see them get killed. Our main character, Harper, is played by Katie Stevens. I thought she was fine. She probably had the most of a backstory out of anyone because they constantly show some flashbacks or her talking about her father being abusive, abusing her mom, and her ring is very important to that, and her using this situation to help overcome her fears. And so I like that. I like that it was connected in a lot of ways. That strength that she built from surviving that past ordeal is helping her at least try to survive in this current ordeal. Nathan is this boy that she kind of connected with tonight, and they like each other, so they end up going off. He's played by Will Britton, and I didn't know what to make of him at first. I thought that he could have been douchey, or they could have set him up to where he wasn't going to be a great person, but he was fine. He was a nice guy. He was a stand-up guy. He was trying to protect her throughout the night as stuff went on, and he was capable. So I guess in those ways, that's why I didn't mind him. I love that this movie took place on Halloween night. I don't think that there are enough horror films that take place on Halloween night. It's a perfect setting for a horror movie. It's a perfect setting to get teenagers or young people to go out there and do dumb things that normally they probably shouldn't be doing. There were a lot of characters that seemed like they were here just to be killed. Harper has an ex-boyfriend that shows up almost seemingly just to get killed, but there are, the practical effects, the kills themselves were intense, were pretty gross, were something that I'm probably going to have to think about for a little bit because of how good the practical effects were, and so I appreciated that. There were a couple times where I was like, oh, alright, we're going there. This is a hard R. They're not going to pull back. These kids are going to die in some brutal and hardcore ways. Let's talk about the people who are killing them, the people in this haunted house. They are creepy people in masks. So at first I thought, okay, are they just going to be a group of sick fucks who want to go out around and kill people to get their jollies off? And they don't go a whole lot into who they are and why they're doing what they're doing, but they give you just enough to be creeped out by them. They give you just enough to go, all right, this is pretty dark and this is disturbing and this is like a cult satanic like thing. And I also appreciate that they didn't go supernatural. I thought for a second, I feared that maybe they would go there, but they didn't. This was just a bunch of sick people who were wearing masks and doing some evil things. And I've always said that sick people wearing masks, killing people, that scares me more than any demon or ghost ever could, at least in the movie sense. So guys, yeah, I'm gonna recommend Haunt. I'm not going to say that you'll love it. I'm not going to say that's the best horror movie of the year. I'm not even going to guarantee that everybody's going to enjoy it, because it might be too over the top. It might be too much. It might be too hardcore in other senses. But I would give it a good date movie. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen this movie. What did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you hate it? Am I overhyping it too much? Or are you now interested in seeing it because of my review? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later! Soul's taken over by a devilish path. You got me walking on broken glass. Kicking down the door with a Jason mask. With a decked out machete, but you motherfuckers know it's heavy. Anytime you're ready, you can get you with a Bowie. Setting up to blow me, but the bitch don't know me. Who's going on?